Hey guys, so today's video is going to be on the new champion, Alysia the Ice Weaver, released on December 14th. Alysia is a ranged champion who uses powerful ice attacks combined with lots of different crowd control effects, including two unique ones in Chill and Freeze, to assault her enemies and help her teammates. So Alysia's main abilities are fairly standard for a ranged champion. She has a standard auto attack, a longer range right mouse button, a jump on space with a Battlerite that lets you recast it. Her Q is a little unique in that it's a shield that can also be cast on other players, well, other friendly players. Her E is Flash Freeze, which is a delayed AoE. And her R is Ice Crown, which is a wall that absorbs damage, and if it's broken, it will shoot at a crown of icicles. And her ultimate is Frozen Gallery, which is reminiscent of Ashka ultimate, except it doesn't carry her with it. And it also freezes every opponent it catches. So Alysia's special mechanics are Chill and Freeze. Most of her damaging abilities, except for her auto attack, will apply Chill. And then Flash Freeze will freeze a chilled enemy. Her Frozen Gallery can also apply Chill. Or Freeze, rather. And then you can trait or put a Battlerite on it to have it apply Chill after the effect with the Frozen Gallery Battlerite. So Alysia's main role is more supportive than most ranged, due to the nature of her Glacial Prism, as well as the powerful crowd controls she can use to inhibit melees trying to dive her supports, herself, or her allies. Alysia is very good at playing a supportive ranged role. That's not to say she doesn't do very good damage, because she does, but with her shield, Flash Freeze, and Ice Crown, Alysia's support abilities are no joke. Her ultimate is also very good for support, as if you have a bunch of enemies diving one of your allies, you can just use your ultimate to clear them all off, freeze them, and allow your allies to reposition, steal the orb, or whatever you really need to do to focus and get back in the game and win the game. Her ultimate is, I found in playtesting, more reactive than proactive, in that you generally want to wait for enemies to jump in, and preferably on one of your allies rather than yourself, as the slight delay will allow them to dodge your ultimate or get out of the way if they see you casting it. Now on to combos. Alysia has a few fairly obvious combos. Hitting Ice Lance and then Flash Freeze applies a freeze and allows you to basically get someone out of the fight for a little bit. And Freeze is a reskinned Petrify. So Chill, Alysia's first unique mechanic, Chill, is a slow that ramps up based on the amount of duration it has. So it decreases the less duration it has, I guess is the better way to put it. You can increase the amount of chill by hitting Frostbolt on an already chilled target, and it has a 20% slow at max duration, scaling down to 0% when the chill disappears. Now, Freeze is different as it's a reskinned Petrify, and the reason it's reskinned is so that Alysia does not gain power if she has a Sirius or some other character in her game that can apply Petrify, as she has Battlerites that do work off of frozen targets, such as Icebreaker, which allows her to deal 3 bonus damage and break Freeze for dealing damage. Which, the main problem with Petrify is that if you break the shield, they're freed from the crowd control. However, with Freeze, if I apply Freeze to this target, with Icebreaker, I can break the freeze just by hitting it, and then the damage will apply, so I don't waste any damage. Now on to the combos. So the first combo I've already showed you is just Ice Lance into Flash Freeze to freeze the target. Unfortunately, because of the duration, so I'll turn off no cooldowns there. The cooldown on Ice Lance, you won't be able to break the freeze with Ice Lance, and you'll just have to either let it time out or hit an auto attack or two to break the freeze yourself and continue DPSing. One of her best damage combos, so this one's going to be pretty hard to pull off in a fight, but if you can, you will deal 97 damage. So you hit yourself with a Glacial Prism, auto, Flash Freeze, auto, and Ice Lance. So you also need Battlerites for this to fully work. You need Ice Lance for the freeze break and the extra damage. You need Wintry Blast for Glacial Prism to deal 10 damage when it explodes. And you need Snowstorm, which once Flash Freeze hits, leaves a Snowstorm to deal another 15 damage after it hits. So 15 on impact, 15 for the Snowstorm itself. And the autos are important here because if you mess up the second auto, you'll hit it into the freeze, so you won't deal the extra damage. So I can show you the basis for that here. So these guys have 60 health in total. So you hit Glacial Prism, and you can see it kills it. However, her auto only deals 15 damage. We only dealt 10 with Glacial Prism, and the impact of Flash Freeze only dealt 15, which together is 40. Which means that we had to hit that second auto for them to die while under the first half second of Flash Freeze. And the timing is very tight, and based on the range, it might not always work. But if you can hit that second auto, you will get 15 extra damage, which is pretty nice. And then, of course, you finish up with the Ice Lance from that combo, so I'll just show you the quick combo. And I think I messed up the second auto there, but it's okay. And you just finish up with the Ice Lance to break the freeze and kill them. Now, playing Alysia, like I mentioned, you're very supportive. You want to use your shields on allies who are getting dove, or on yourself if you're getting dove. You want to land Flash Freeze to freeze enemies and take them out of the fight, like Sirius does with his Petrify. And you want to be continuously just applying chills and freezes to mess up your opponents, deal good damage, and keep your allies healthy. However, Alysia does have pretty good damage as well, and her orb stealing abilities are fairly good, although it does require a combo. So for Alicia's orb, you just E, auto, and then Ice Lance. And that is basically a perfect hit as long as you have the Snowstorm Battlerite. Because the E will apply 15 damage, then Snowstorm will tick, and you'll hit the auto for another 15 and 3, which is a total of 33 damage. And then Snowstorm will tick one more time to do 36 total damage, and Ice Lance will hit for 25 to deal 61 total damage. So there's the auto, and there's that, and you can see it. You need 2 ticks from Snowstorm to kill it. So the reason you want to cast E first so that you get those 2 ticks off. They made sure you could not chill the orb, as Ice Lance does deal more damage to a chilled target. You'll see. Sorry, I didn't apply chill first. Whoops. So I'll just apply chill here. There you go. It does 6 extra damage to chilled targets. But you cannot chill the orb, unfortunately. Otherwise, it would be the easiest steal. You would just throw Ice Lance as soon as Glacial Prism's full duration was done. As Glacial Prism would have dealt 30 damage, and then Ice Lance would deal 31 for a perfect steal. And so we just kind of replicate that with the auto attack for the easy orb taking if you're alone. Of course, if you don't want to use Flash Freeze, it's not that much slower to just hit with 4 auto attacks, which is a perfect 60 damage. Just like that. But if you want to take the orb as fast as possible, Flash Freeze, auto, Ice Lance. Easy steal. Anyways, Alysia is a very fun champion. Lots of powerful abilities, lots of cool support abilities. Her ultimate is a huge radius and a huge range, and applies to freeze, which allows your team to really just set up whatever you want. Her crowd control abilities let her really take control of the match and let you win fights that other heroes might not have won, just because you can choose who's fighting you at the time. If you just land the chill and land the Flash Freeze, you can take someone to the fight for 3 seconds. It's Petrify. And everyone knows, because of just how powerful Sirius is, Petrify is a very powerful ability to have, because it's a much longer crowd control than a stun. Her Battlerite for Ice Lance, Icebreaker, also removes her own Petrify, for her freezes, removes the negative downside to Petrify as long as you have Ice Lance up. And her auto attacks are also pretty powerful, and also apply crowd control if the enemy is already affected by chill. So in the end, Alysia is a very powerful champion. She's not, I wouldn't say she's quite as powerful as Destiny, just because Destiny's right mouse button is insanely powerful. But she's definitely a very powerful champion. She's very fun, and you're not going to be gimping your team at all by playing her. Do note that you will be gimping your ranked team by playing her if you've never played her before, so please don't do that. But she is very fun, very powerful, and I expect we'll see quite a lot of Alysias in League and in Casual for the next few weeks to come. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like it, and have a good one.